Good morning, guys. How you doing? It is looking like a crappy day out here today. Do not know how much carving we're going to get in. We're under a rain threat right this minute. So what we're doing today is, number one, I want to apologize for that video yesterday. That was total garbage. So I took it down. Today I will make sure that everything is as it should be in frame anyway, as good as I can do it. So the video I took down showed carving this Santa Claus. And we also had these guys. Two old world Santas and one air traffic control Santa, or elf I should say. You can see he's got his headphones on, got his cape. He's ready to guide Santa's sleigh in for that big night on Christmas Eve. Well, actually it'd be Christmas Day when Santa lands his sled back in the North Pole. Today, what we're going to do is we got our diamond bit in there, our flame diamond bit. We're just going to go through and clean these guys up a little bit, smooth things out. Jordy was saying that he couldn't hear me on the video over the Dremel, which, yep, I know that. So what we got are headphones that have a microphone in it. So we'll see if that works any better for the noise. So here we go. We're going to start cleaning these guys up. Got our Dremel plugged in. Yep, there she goes. I hope this is working better. I guess we'll find out when I listen to it before I post it. And all we're doing is just taking that little diamond burr and going in there, and every place there's Dremel marks or knife marks, because we use a little bit of both on these guys. We're going to get in there and get it all cleaned out, get all them fuzzies worked out of there as best we can. Now this is balsa wood, so it would make it much easier to get all these fuzzies out, because this wood is very, very soft. Anybody that's ever played with model airplanes or that before knows how soft balsa wood is. It tears, it doesn't want to carve very well. So once we get all these fuzzies worked out of here, and I take that diamond and just give it a little touches so it adds to the rough of the hat, gives it a little texture. Gives it a little texture in there. The other problem I had with the video yesterday is that for some reason it filmed pieces of the video narrow. You know, like when you hold your cell phone straight up and down, you get that narrow field. And Jordy showed me how to fix it, but then once it flips the screen for you, it takes away all the carving, so there wasn't really nothing to watch but me talking and like this much of my hands moving. So that's not a good video. Nobody wants to watch that garbage. So I reviewed it last night, because when I looked at it on my editing program, it looked fine. But then when I posted it or uploaded it, it turned everything into like widescreen. It was all tall and narrow, but you could still see what I was doing. But then once I put it through the editing program and flipped those areas, all you could see was my hands. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather leave it in the narrow band. At least you could kind of see what I was doing. So I just took it down. I didn't want to waste everybody's time looking at that. That was just ridiculous. I know I'm new at this, but when somebody new says, that's garbage, it's garbage. Garbage is garbage. Nobody wants to watch that, right? I'm sure a couple people watched it, and unfortunately, they were new subscribers, so they're gonna think, oh man, this guy don't know what he's doing. He's making garbage. If you want garbage, I'll go to the landfill. See, we just touched that balsa wood, disappears so quick. So quick. I mean, when you can carve with a diamond bit, you got some soft wood. And I guess if you're new with a Dremel, and you don't want, get yourself some diamond bits. Get yourself a piece of balsa wood. I mean, you can sink right into this stuff with a diamond bit. The only bad thing about balsa wood, this guy had a pom-pom on top of his hat, and while I was carving it, it snapped off. So that kind of bummed me out. So I just had to round it over. I may just take another piece of wood and carve it and glue a ball on there. Yeah, we're just cleaning the fuzzies up. Like I said, with this diamond bit, I can actually carve this wood with it. Like this part of his robe here, I want a little deeper. Check that out. I don't know if you can see it, but they carved it right in there deeper. Okay, that takes care of the 2 old world Santa. See how quick that was? Now we'll get this air traffic control elf. We'll get his fuzzies mostly removed. I think the trick with this balsa wood is once you put the paint on it, it'll suck that paint into the wood, and that'll actually let you sand it better. Now usually what I do is I'll prime these guys if I want to have them solid colors, and the primer sucks into the wood and seals the wood for me. But now if a lot of things you'll see me paint, they won't be that way. They will actually look like they're stained, and all we do is just take the paint and water it down. 1 drop of paint to about 5 drops of water. And I used an eyedropper for my water. It's like actually it's a used vapor bottle, and I just clean them out. So we clean them out, and then I'll fill them up with a solution of water and alcohol. It's like a 70-30 mix. 30% rubbing alcohol, 70% water. And I use that stuff for thinning my paints, and I use the alcohol because once you add it to your paint, if you I watered my paint down a little too much, it dissipates so quick. The alcohol dissipates out of the water. I put his nose holes in. Okay, he's pretty good. I think he's done. Yep. Looks like he cleaned up pretty good. I'll show you here in a second. I've got a piece of balsa wood in my box over there. Okay, that takes care of those guys. Let's see. Turn the Dremel off. There we go. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this is balsa wood. Watch this. Now these diamond bits are just like sandpaper. But, okay. There we go. Check out that. Check that out. See how deep that cut in there? With just a diamond bit? So if you're a beginning carver, and you want to give Dremel a try, get yourself some of these cheap diamond bits now they're at Harbor Freight, and a little piece of balsa wood, and it just mows right through it like nobody's business. Okay, let's clean this Santa up. He's got some fuzzies on him too. Not many though. This guy I think took me like 25 or 30 minutes to carve, but I haven't carved the Santa Claus in, well, I've carved them last year this time, so a year, let's say. And it's like anything else. Once you don't do it for a year, you know, it's going to take you a second to get it all figured out again. And like I said yesterday, we basically use the same template that we would be using for sign your pieces, the same template that we'd be using for a wood spirit as far as the face goes. I mean, you definitely change the characteristics of it. Like when you draw your face, you would draw your eyes in, and then your nose. And what I always do, because I'm always using this flame bit, these flame burrs. You can see how it's got that taper to it. When I draw my lines, I always stay outside the line when I'm cutting, because you can see if you're right on the line when you cut, the taper will actually push in, and it's enough to really thin out your stuff, like your nose and your beard. And then once that wood is gone, it's gone. You know, so a lot of people end up with skinny beards or skinny noses. That's just a trick that I do to keep my lines from getting too thin. Because you can, like I said, you can always take extra wood off if you need to make your nose a little thinner. If you think it's too thick, to thin down your mustache if it becomes a little too thick. It's always better to have them a little bit big than to start off thin. Because as you cut away, it's going to get thinner and thinner, and then you're going to end up with a little spaghetti mustache thing going there. And don't get disappointed. It's only wood. If you don't like it, get rid of it and start over. The thing with wood carving to get better at it is you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to practice, practice, practice. You know, none of us started out great. I mean, I'm still a hack at this whole thing. So, yesterday I was out walking in the woods, and I found this. This is some kind of weird pine tree that grows down here in New Jersey in the Pine Barrens. It was dead on the ground. I don't know what kind of pine it is. It's got a real shaggy bark on it. I mean, it's really loose bark. It's not cedar. It looks like cedar, but I don't think it is cedar. I'll have to do some research to find out what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to get this knot cut off of it, and we'll be right back.